All right, so we're diving deep today. We're looking at changes, some pretty significant changes to the Chase United Gateway card.
Yeah, if you've been thinking about this card, maybe you're looking for a no annual fee travel card, or maybe you've already got this one tucked away in your wallet. Well, you'll want to hear this.
We've got this document here. It's laying out the new offer, and all the changes.
We're going to break down that new welcome bonus, getting a lot of attention, and also these new benefits that are tied to how much you spend on the card. So we're talking about checked bags, member pricing, and then also a really big change to how you get access to award flights. Yeah, on United, of course. And then, we will also touch on why this card might still be a good option if you're thinking about maybe downgrading from another United card. Okay, to simplify your wallet, get rid of some of those annual fees.
Let's jump right in with that welcome bonus. It says here, new offer, 30,000 United MileagePlus bonus miles. Now for a card with no annual fee, that's pretty good.
It is. Yeah, it definitely catches the eye. Yeah, and to get those miles, it's pretty simple. You just got to spend $1,000 on purchases in the first 3 months after you open the account.
Yeah, that's pretty standard. And our source here also mentions a 0% APR for the first 12 months.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, if you've got like a big purchase coming up, maybe some furniture or a new appliance, that could be really useful. Just as a reminder, APR stands for annual percentage rate, and it's basically the interest you get charged when you carry a balance on your card. So 0% for a year, that's a pretty sweet deal.
It is. And they're even putting like an estimated value on these 30,000 miles, saying it could be around $360.
Okay.
So, that's a nice way to, jump into the United loyalty program or add to it, I guess, without any annual fee.
And that's a key thing to remember this card. It still has no annual fee, and that's really important, especially when we're talking about, how this card might fit into your longer-term plans.
Right. Okay. So let's move on to these new benefits that you can get when you spend a certain amount on the card, they're calling them. Big spend bonuses.
Oh, okay. Big spend bonuses.
After you spend $10,000 in a calendar year.
Oh, okay.
The first one, you can get 2 checked bag certificates. Okay, so
2 check bag certificates after you spend $10,000. Okay, got it.
yeah, but there are some catches. First off, you have to buy your tickets through your MileagePlus account using your United Gateway card.
So you can't just book it through like Expedia or something like that?
No, you have to. You have to go through your MileagePlus account and use your United Gateway card to buy the tickets. Got it?
Okay, so what else?
And then you have to actually apply these certificates, these bag certificates, when you're checking out, when you're booking.
Oh, so it's not automatic?
No, you have to actually, go in there and apply them.
Okay, so it's something you got to remember to do?
Yeah, okay. And then there are also some limitations on where you can use these certificates.
Mm-hmm.
They're only good on flights operated by United and United Express.
Oh.
So if you have a flight that's on a partner airline, it won't work.
So if you're on like a Lufthansa flight, even if it's booked through United, these certificates won't work.
Yeah, right.
Okay, understood.
Yeah, and then this document says it's a little unclear how long they're good for.
What does that mean?
They say they last for 12 months from the date they're issued, but it's not clear if you have to actually book the travel within that 12-month period, or if you have to actually complete the travel.
So, if I get a certificate today, does that mean I have to fly within the next 12 months or just book the flight?
Right. Yeah, they're not exactly clear on that. And then they're saying that when you consider that you have to spend $10,000 to get these, the value might not be that great.
Yeah, how much is a checked bag usually? Like, what, $35, $40? Yeah, something like that. So you're getting $80 worth of value for $10,000 in spending. That's not really a great return. There are other cards out there that will give you, better rewards for that level of spending.
Right. And they also bring up a good point, which is, can you use these certificates for other people?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
If you're traveling with family or friends, can you use it for them?
That's a good point. It doesn't really say. And then what about if you decide to check a bag at the last minute? Like you get to the airport, you've got more stuff than you thought. Can you use the certificate then?
It seems like you have to apply it when you book the flight.
So if you're a last-minute packer,
Yeah,
this might not be the benefit for you.
right,
Okay, so the checked bag certificates, they're a nice perk, I guess. Yeah, but maybe not worth going out of your way for them.
right. Especially with all the little catches. So then the other benefit that you can unlock after you spend $10,000 is something called member pricing on award flights.
Member pricing, what's that?
So basically it means you might get lower prices when you use your United Miles to book flights.
Oh, okay, interesting. But it's kind of weird, this document says this isn't even mentioned on the main page for the card. Really? It was only in this more detailed information they got. Kind of strange, right? You think they would want to advertise that?
Yeah, you would think. Yeah, if it's a big perk, why wouldn't you put it front and center? So this kind of ties into what a lot of people are going to see is a big negative with these changes. Okay, the fact that you no longer get automatic expanded award access.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. So before, you would automatically get access to more award seats just by having the card,
Right,
even without spending anything.
right. But now if you want that expanded access or preferred access, you have to spend the $10,000 to get the member pricing.
So they're basically making you spend money to get what you used to get for free.
Right, yeah,
That seems like a pretty big downgrade. Especially if you were thinking about this card as a way to get better access to award flights without paying an annual fee.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. It really changes the whole value proposition of the card.
It does, yeah. It used to be one of the best no annual fee cards for United Flyers just because of that expanded award access.
Right.
But now it's not as clear cut.
Right. Okay. So it's not all, bad news. You still get some of the original perks. Like you still earn 2 miles for every dollar you spend on United purchases.
Okay, that's pretty standard.
Yeah, it's pretty normal for airline cards.
Mm-hmm.
And you still get 2x miles at gas stations and on local transit and commuting.
Okay, pretty average, but actually somewhat useful.
Yeah, those are, categories where you probably spend a lot of money anyway.
Exactly, so you can rack up some miles there if you want.
Right.
And don't forget about that 25% back on in-flight purchases.
Oh, yeah. If you're buying, Wi-Fi or snacks on the plane, that can add up.
Yeah, especially if you fly United a lot.
Okay, so taking everything into account, what's the bottom line?
All right, bottom line time.
I think that this could be a good option if you're a United flyer.
Yeah,
Maybe if you're downgrading from another United card like the Explorer or the Quest, or the Club card.
right. So if you have one of those cards and you don't want to pay the annual fee anymore,
Yeah,
you could downgrade to this one.
right. Because you would still earn miles on your United spending.
Mm-hmm.
And you would still get that discount on those in-flight purchases.
Right, but it's not as good of a downgrade option as it used to be.
Right, because you don't get that automatic expanded award access anymore.
Exactly. If you were thinking about downgrading mainly to keep that perk,
Yeah,
this might not be the best move anymore.
right. So I guess really it comes down to, how much do you value that expanded award access? And are you willing to spend $10,000 a year on this card just to get it back?
Right. And if you are thinking about spending $10,000, are those checked bag certificates and member pricing really worth it to you? Or are there better cards out there that will give you more for your money? So I guess really the big question is, how do you decide which benefits are actually valuable to you? Yeah. There are so many cards out there, all with different perks and bonuses.
Right?
How do you cut through all the noise and figure out what's best for you? Right?
Because it's not just about the flashy sign-up bonus or the big headlines. It's about, really understanding what you need and what you'll actually use.
Exactly. Yeah, it's about looking beyond the surface, right? And really understanding the details of each card. And then, taking a look at your own spending habits, right? Your travel patterns. Right. Yeah, and figuring out what aligns best.
And maybe even looking at some of those smaller perks that you might not think about at first, but that could actually save you money or make your travel experience better.
Exactly. Yeah, sometimes those little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, so I guess that's something for everyone to think about as they navigate this world of travel rewards.
Definitely. Yeah, it's a constantly evolving landscape.
It is.
But by staying informed and doing your research, you can make sure you're getting the most out of it.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, that's all the time we have for today.
All right, that was a deep dive.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening.